Так, всем привет. Продолжаем Elex. Сейчас раскину ссылочки. Человек контакт не купил. Было вообще что-то. Это другой был? Продолжаем. То. Я вспомнил. Вот мы где. Так.
The fort of Tavar. I've heard a lot about it. I'm intrigued to see what we find inside.
Да, мне тоже интересно. Опа.
Hey! Stay right there.
Is there a problem?
That's what we're going to find out. You've got 5 seconds to start talking about the Elex you've brought with you. If you're not worth something, you're not worth anything here. So tell me, do you want to own or be owned? Little Liam here is almost burned out. He needs replacing.
Is this a come on, or are you trying to work out how much Elex I've got?
If you had Elexit, you wouldn't be asking questions. You'd be telling people what you're worth. The cage is off limits without my special permission. Time for you to move on. If you're looking for entertainment, try the entertainment district. It's in the name.
Что-нибудь не надо.
They say he was eaten.
Ниже, да? Вот там ниже. Ага.
Initiating combat.
Да сдохни ты, тварь. Ну конечно, блядь. Попробуй тут победить. Ой, ты. Братан, ты там долго еще лежать собираешься? Я так просто спрашиваю. Ну, конечно. Один, два, три. Один, два. Нихуя ты охуел, блядь. Что было? Пиздец. Конечно, блядь. Не, этих тварей вообще нереально убить.
Well, if she had asked me, that wouldn't have happened.
Опа, телепорт. Ничего.
The fort is not just a term from the present day. This location served as a defensive position in the Old World.
Old world expert, aren't you?
If there is anything you'd like to know, you just have to ask. I am always happy to exchange information.
I'd noticed.
Все это понятно, все это, конечно, очень интересно. О. Сигареты. Сигареты. Норм.
He's a total ass, and that's the end of it.
They say he was eaten.
Ага.
How are you doing, Falk?
Thank you. I'm starting to understand Magdalene much more clearly now.
Так а чё? Что? Ты вежливо сюда привел?
Do you take many prisoners?
Only where there's a profit. Sometimes to serve as an example to others. but a slit throat and a shallow grave does that better. Frank, over there, is a cleric. He's serving as an example, and he's proving useful sometimes. He has a brain the Duke wants to pick.
How did Frank get here?
The clerics sent some of Kalan's little soldiers over the border. They soon learned the Duke is more powerful than Kalan. His friends ran. We took this one prisoner.
What can the prisoner tell the Duke?
Things about the clerics. It's safer to force the information out of this asshole than to send a patrol to Ignadon. And it shows everyone here that the Duke bows to no one. Oh, yeah. And if this cleric wants to get you involved in anything, don't listen. He promised a set of shards to Bat, and that dipshit of a runner believed him. Bat lasted 3 days in the cage. Weakling.
What's the cage for?
Asshole storage. Anyone who messes with the Duke ends up in there. If they're lucky. Bow to the Duke. Hear the Duke. Don't fuck with the Duke. That's our outlaw version of the Berserker's laws.
Have you thought of setting that to music?
You should ask the Duke. He's famous for his sense of humor.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Okay.
Follow me.
Yes.
You don't have to agree with everything.
Хрена себе соло вообще. Кто-то придет, туалет нету. Что ж. А вот и тут. Ага, меня вот сюда, да?
Oh, look who's here.
I've completed my work and brought you the pieces you require.
As I knew you would.
Have I completed my task?
Yes, Falk. Your work on this task is complete. It is time I told you something important.
I am ready to hear Kalan's words.
I thought you were traveling by order of a legate.
I was. I will hear Kalan's words. 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 Words.
What is wrong with him?
Isn't he a wonderful creature? He is my greatest invention, the pride of creation.
You created him?
Of course, he's my masterpiece. And with the components you've brought me, I will finish his upgrades.
What upgrades?
I will install these parts and make him better than before.
So, he's a robot.
Oh, much more than that. I am thankful to you for bringing him back. He has obviously chosen you as his companion. A friend. He gets more human every day. Of course, that is part of his programming. Wait here, and I will finish up with my work.
Falk?
Initializing.
Is he all right?
You are beginning a new stage of evolution now. Go with your new friend. Learn about yourself. Your new routines should help you access the data that tells you what you are. Take good care of him, won't you?
Да ну нахрен.
How are you feeling?
My systems appear to be functioning correctly. I feel strong.
You didn't know that you're a machine?
No. I was aware of discrepancies in my behavior. Emotions, for instance. I don't experience them as others do. But I had observed that many people suffer from such issues. Though I do wonder if my reaction to this revelation is lacking in emotion. Or feeling something I must learn.
What do you think about your creator?
He is a genius, if a little peculiar in personality. I will admit that it was highly unsatisfactory not to have understood my true nature. I am pleased that I now do understand what I am. I hope I will function well. I cannot see how this revelation should impair me. On the contrary, I think being more informed should improve my capabilities.
I hope so. How are you doing, Falk?
Thank you. I'm starting to understand Magdalene much more clearly now. That was remarkable.
What crimes did you commit to end up here, hmm?
What makes you think I committed a crime?
Everyone here did. They were forced here, or they came because they didn't have anywhere else to go. Either way, we're prisoners. Which one are you?
Neither. I'm no prisoner.
Yeah, everyone thinks that at the start. So if you're not a prisoner, what do you want from me, Conrad the Creator?
About Falk. Why did you build him?
Isn't it obvious? In a war, we need an army that doubles our fighting strength, but without the human cost. I mean, we have weapons, fighting machines, bots, but we still need a human presence. Replace those humans with a machine that thinks like you and me, hmm? And we can have war without casualties. We can secure Magalan for the future without the loss of lives.
A robot should come in useful.
Well, I hope so, because right now I don't have the parts to build more of them. I mean, the plan is to build more, but we'll have to build the right machines for mass production. Still, as long as he learns and I can collect his experiences, the aim was to test him to destruction. The finished production model comes next. I'll refine that based on what Falk learns.
Tested to destruction?
Is that not the definition of human life? Born, collect experience, tested to destruction.
What are you doing down here?
I am working on the infernal machine. I am building the end of the world. The comet's gonna have nothing on what the Duke's got me putting together.
You're building a bomb.
A bomb?
A bomb is explosives. Bang.
This won't blow up a few mutants. This will evaporate a whole damn city. This is Big Bang.
The Duke wants to destroy a whole city.
Who knows? Depends how big we build it. But from my calculations, it will destroy a city at least. But who cares exactly what goes up? This is a thing of beauty. Beauty.
Which city does the Duke want to destroy?
Pick one. The king of the desert has a lot of enemies.
Zakor, Abessa, Idan. Do you think any of them is going to mess with the Duke once they know he can evaporate their asses?
Huh. Whoever owns this would only need to do it to one city and then no one would mess with him again. But I am only an emissary, an artist working to create the Duke's vision. Have you spoken to him yet, the Duke?
No.
Then you don't know his genius. Speak to him. But be careful. He might just kill you if you try.
How did you get here?
Captured. Set free. It's hard to remember now. I was in the wrong place at the right time. No, or the right place at the wrong time. But on duty in Ignadon when outlaws crashed into us. Should have died. Would have died. But the Duke wanted a pet. Hooked me up on cams and told me his plan. And she is a thing of beauty.
Why haven't you escaped?
What? Have you seen that desert? Have you tried kicking cams? Without protection and completely alone, I wouldn't survive 24 hours out there.
How is the bomb coming along?
Big Bang, the Comet's daughter, the Firebringer. She's almost done. Almost. Almost. I just need a few more things, and she will fly. I get those, and she'll be ready to change the world.
Бомба, которая может изменить мир, потрясающе.
What do you want from me? I hate you outlaws to death. First you take me prisoner, then you hold me captive, then you let me sit here going stale. You're wasting my talents.
talents, you can stay here and rot.
Kalan will have his reasons for bringing me here. Kalan sees all. Whereas you will have to tell me what you're doing here. What do you want?
If you don't want to be here, why don't you just escape?
Because those bastards wired me. You must know that.
What do you mean, wired you?
If I go further than 100 meters from the fort, boom! An explosive implant will kill me. But knowing the junk technology here, this thing will probably just blow up on its own, even if I don't try and leave the fort. My only hope is that the outlaws will let me go at some point.
I see.
А, это куда ведет?
Keep your hands off the stores, and I won't have to chop those hands off. Clear?
I want some better armor.
Then you're in the right place. Join us here and you can start earning this armor if you're good enough.
Show me what you've got.
Это, конечно, пила меч. Развернуть. Защитная маска. Изолет вора. Сила парирования? Нахуй мне сила парирования? Наверное, это просто такой перевод. Ну, кстати, эту одежду можно купить, и маску тоже можно купить. А я тебе продам, во-первых, эту трубу, две, 3 железных топора, еще мне эту шкуру нужно, наверное, для одежды. Хорошо, что это шкура, бла-бла-бла. Дневники, 17 кружек, 5 изящных кружек, 19 масляных светильников, 7 молотков. Туалетка. Туалетка. Ну вот и все. Теперь у меня есть жилет и маска, да? Хотя вот что-то. Нифига себе. Что там мощно? Не дури. Блять, надо дурак, конечно. Я охуею. Блять, да что такое-то? Ну что я попасть-то не могу, ё-моё. Электронный хлам. Ну да, ты не справишься, я тебе верю. Я тебя не зря прокачивал. Вот так. Нахер. Да блядь. Ёб твою мать. Ладно, похрен. Тут задание есть. Да, давай отнесем провиант. Далеко? А, тем более это вообще рядом. Здорово.
Hey, can you spare something to eat? A can, something, anything.
Держи.
Yeah, thanks. We gotta help each other out here. Do you need my help?
I have the meat from Ryder.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how long I've been waiting for that. That should keep my bones from being buried in the sand for a few weeks.
Won't that go bad?
Nah, I know how to cure it. It'll keep. Here, take your pick from these. I have a weapon in case you're looking for some defense, or some cams, and I've dug up a few shards in case you'd prefer those.
Давай
I'll take the
оружие.
weapon.
Sure, here, take it. And here, the chems for Ryder. I'm sure he'll have something for me if you take these to him. Thanks for, you know, not being a total shit to me like the others.
How do you survive out here?
On the gifts from the lords above. They throw out all sorts from the fort, enough to live on. Sometimes food. Sometimes things I can trade with Ryder. He buys things so I can get food. He's a hunter, so sometimes he gives me something he's caught. He's due back soon. Would you check if he has anything for me? I'll get you the shards to pay for it, somehow.
And if I take your message to Ryder, what will you give me?
Well, I don't have a lot. No shards, anyway. I could trade you some scrap I found. Would that work for you?
Так. Арбалет. Ты! Ладно, блядь. Надо переключаться между боеприпасами. Где там сменить тип боеприпасов? Мощная атака. как? Ладно, потыкаем. Ага, F. Окей. Интересно, насколько мне нужно? Арбалет. Ну, кстати, не по уровню. Вот 8 урона. Нормально. Давай его протестим.
Over there.
Отлично, я так и хотел. Арбалет, короче, ну. Арбалетируем. Сейчас покажу между ними. Еще чуть-чуть это заработает.
What a remarkable structure.
Scrappy sent me. I have your payment.
Good. Thanks. You can always rely on old Scrappy. Here, thanks.
Ага, есть, отлично. Так, левелапнулись. Теперь 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Так. О. Так. Погнали с этим разберемся.
Over there.
Понятно. Эта хуйня тоже у меня не по уровню. И вообще, когда уже мне кто-то будет по уровню в конце до концов? Прям рядом. А, не вижу.
I would have liked to see the old world as it was before the comet.
So, has word spread that there's Elexit to be earned here? Grab your cock and get ready to rock, because we've got some great scrap out there just waiting to be dug up. Look for pieces with a high concentration of Elex. Those are what the buyer will want. Come on, let's get moving.
Who is the buyer?
I'm not revealing my business connections, but you don't have to worry. I'll get us a good deal. So, are you with us or not?
You're confused. I'm not a scrap collector.
Wait a moment. If you're not here to help us, if you're not here, you must be a bounty hunter.
Do I look like a bounty hunter?
Yeah, but all right, I don't see why you deny it. So let's both just calm it down, okay?
I am calm.
Good, right. Just don't go stressing me, all right?
Is that how you live out here? By scavenging?
Scavenging? I'm not here to pick up a few tin cans. I'm out here to get rich. They call me Lucky Sam. And I am the best scrap dealer you'll find in Tabar.
I could use someone like you.
No, that's not going to happen. Loyalty is shards, but I've got business I have to take care of. But I will make you an offer. If you find something of interest, sell it to me. I'm always looking for scrap, and you need shards. And if you're looking for salvage, I'll take your shards for it.
You've got rich with scrap?
Don't let your eyes shine so fast. It's not an easy business. Some sites yield nothing, and the good ones are getting harder to find. Then there's all the extra expenses you need to keep your scrap collectors happy. They like the entertainment district, you see? All those costs. It means I rely on the bonuses to get by.
So, if you're looking for profit, why have you stopped supplying Trevor?
Trevor? You've met that miser, have you? The bastard owes us food supplies, and he needs to show an interest in paying us properly. Then he might get his business back again. Maybe you can help us after all. Would you take care of cutting all connections to our old employer? We've got to make a living out here. And with what Trevor tries to pay us, well, that's not really giving us an opportunity to do that. If you can get us out of this, I'll make it worth your while.
I'll tell Trevor he has to pay you.
Trevor knows that. He doesn't care. We want out of this, and that means killing him. That's the only way that this gets sorted out. No one will miss him. You don't have to worry about that.
Killing him can't be the only way.
You've seen it out here. The difference between life and death is small. If we're forced to work for Trevor, it will be us dying. It's him or us. Take him out or don't. You'll be killing someone either way.
About Trevor's scrap delivery.
Внушение. Да, внушение я пока не умею.
Your buddy Alvar is dead.
He is? I mean, what?
He's dead.
Yes, I got that. Shit! I knew nothing good would happen to that old soak, but dead. He was a good friend. Thank you for letting me know. Where is his body?
Below Ragnar's stronghold.
Right. I will take care of his funeral as soon as I can.
Хорошо. Сейчас нам нужна таверна.
Teach me something.
Of course.
Я все еще ничего не могу. Да что такое-то, ну? Сила. Интеллекта не хватает. Замечательно. Хитрость. Мне нужна хитрость.
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
Отстань ты. Сюда можно просто спрятаться.
An impressive building. I hope the occupants can tell us something of its history.
So, you decided to stick around. Well, I've been given a job by a warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Ascor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Ascor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Ascor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone, and it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Ascor's body rotting up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Ascor to point to who might be the murderer.
Yeah, just a second. Okay, поставлю.
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Ну, ладно.
I'll find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
Will the suspects talk to me?
Tell them you're investigating on Ragnar's orders. They'll answer your questions. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Idan. But if Ragnar's right, then it must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
Who are the suspects?
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Eardor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Eardor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
Нейтрально классно, отлично.
Stop messing around with that thing.
Отлично.
Stop messing around with that thing.
Реально сходить?
You know what you're doing? Hey, yes, you. I'm looking for someone. Chad, have you seen that whiny little shit?
Why? What do you want with him?
What's what I want got to do with you? Just tell me if you've seen him.
Fuck off. No one around here's scared of you. And I'm under the Duke's protection.
Oh, that's funny, 'cause you seem scared now. And looking round, I can't see the Duke anywhere. So, tell me where Chad is, or I'll nail you to this wall by your tiny little ball bags.
All right. right. He was here. He was here. Then he went off somewhere.
Somewhere. Where?
I don't know. Yeah. Ignadon. I think he went to Ignadon.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it? Whereas this knife is very hard steel. Thanks for the information and everything, but I can't be glad into the door. Bye-bye.
Ясно. Так, продолжаем. О, дурачок, привет.
What? No, who are you? What do you want here?
I wanted to ask you that exact question.
Oh, I'm just passing through.
Stop. Answer my question. Who are you?
That doesn't matter. I don't have anything for you. So just pretend I wasn't even here, okay? Yes, I have work to do, 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 okay?
Собака. Не раскалывается. Жаркое. Ой, иди нахрен. Я знаю, что до меня не по уровню. Все. Не говори. Ты не по уровню, да. Да. Я просто мимо проходил. Я не проходил. Не проходил. Черт. Мне нужен какой-то черт. Мама корень. Блин, прикольно, прямо ощущается, что он что-то довесит. Не то, что это все картона. Где мне месишки? Опа, Elex. Двадцать штук сюда. Так. На крепость, что ли? Ну нет, ну почему так холодно, ну? А, я вообще не сюда пошел. Да ладно. Нет. Не дури. Ладно, металлический хлам, а я думал, что это полезно. Ну не, брось их. Не берись с ними, зачем туда? Не пытайся даже. Здорово! Да, да. Да-да, Никита, да-да. Ой, кусок серы. Да ёп. Ё-моё, там за спиной, чё? Охренеть. Ты нахуй их сюда привел? На них у нас так, ну, попробуй всех прокормить. У нас даже двоих не хватит, чтобы их накормить. Кит, ты пропустил главный сюжетный твист. Вот этот тот пидорок, вот этот, это робот, блядь. Ты прикинь? Ну, вроде нам сюда. Эй, братишка.
Halt, stranger. Not another step. You're walking on the holy ground of Kalan. The only people allowed in here are clerics, recruits, or traders with permits.
Где я?
Where am I?
You are in Ignadon, at the Hort, the stronghold of the clerics, the repository of Magalan's knowledge, and last bastion of the free people against the threat of the Alps.
So how can I get in?
Sorry, I thought I made that clear. You can only enter the Hort if you are a cleric, a recruit, or you have a trading permit.
Here. Is this enough to persuade you to let me in?
I'm going to pretend you didn't try to offer me a bribe. That sort of thing might work in Tavar, but here in Ignadon, it's an insult to my honor. Although, it has given me an idea. Accepting shards is forbidden, but if you could take care of some business for me, that would honor Kalan. And perhaps persuade me that you entering the Hort was for official business.
Договорились. Что надо?
You have a deal. Tell me what you need doing.
Good, right. I can't talk about this now. There's an inspection due. But we'll talk later, all right? Unless you've got any questions about the Horde I could answer for you, then you can go in. Well, you can go in after you've had my briefing. You won't find Kalan's commandments too strict. You should know that anyone bringing initiates into the Horde will be responsible for them. All initiates must be clear of mind. Chems are forbidden. Anyone found taking them will need to report to the Suggestors for re-education. All who are clear of mind must hear Kalan's words. All must adhere to his wisdom, and tell others of it. For we need to recruit. We've taken losses in our battle with the Alps, and now the Berserkers and the Outlaws are trying to take advantage of that. Which is crazy. If we fall, then who is going to stop the Alps sweeping all the free people from Magalan? Those who wish to join us must come to the Hort to train. The successful ones become acolytes. That's it. Briefing over. You are free to move about Hort.
Вот и все. Уважение? Он сам не знал, что он робот, прикинь? И чтобы, ну, он ходил с тобой и так далее, что-то делал с тобой.
The Hort, a place of contemplation and study. The knowledge of the old world has been gathered in this place.
И вот он такой, ебать, я в тебя поверил, все дела. Я такой. А мне нужен дневник. Запись какая-то, короче. Про Чеда. И она где-то тут. Ну такое.
Mind is always left clear after talking to Balder.
You
Так,
do
так.
know why that is, right? Can't you remember anything?
Yes, I remember. Balder makes sense of everything. He is very wise.
I won't argue with that. I don't really want to have to go and see Balder myself.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just forget what I said. I believe in the just nature of Kalan. And Balder sees that Kalan's work is done.
Yes. Kalan sees all.
Да-да, Калам все видит, да-да. Так. Где? Мне нужна лишь... Не понял. Лирик. Она внутри? Ну-ка давай зайдем. Так, это мне не интересно. А, блядь. Ниже. Где? Не понял. Какой? Текстура. Так. Ниже, ну я вряд ли думаю, что ход на низ сверху будет. Ну мы просто перелезем через прилавок.
Yes, just leave.
Watch that guy.
Ага.
I'm afraid that's intolerable.
Ага, план-то у меня был хороший. Просто, ну как бы, надо было не лезть через прилавок. А так в целом план отличный.
Hey, yes, you. I'm looking for someone. Chad, a whiny lout. Look, have you seen any outlaws around here?
What? Who are you? What brings you to Igniton?
Look,
They're addicts, and that makes them dangerous.
answer my questions and stop asking.
How many people have we lost? And you still
hang
think that?
from a wall.
You're an idiot.
You are the first to tell me that.
Why would you do something like that?
Can't continue like this,
I
right?
didn't say no questions. I just want answers.
Abessa, I met some going to Abessa.
And you couldn't have said that 20 seconds earlier. I saved your perfectly decent set of pants.
Блять. Я просто получаю опыт за то, что нахожу эти аудиосообщения. Потрясающе. Блять. Ой-ой-ой. Я, кажется, знаю, что это за хуйня. Блин, это высоко. Я даже не знаю, откуда лучше. Блин, ну давай отсюда. Куда? Выглядит все ближе.
This is a dangerous
Так.
Needs a key. Needs a key.
Да, заперто. Я понял. А что, взломать не варит? А залететь туда интересный вариант. Так. Ну я уже на полпути. А я думаю, типа, как его могут мобу не убивать? Мол, типа, что это еще за такое оглушение, все дела для человека. А оказывается, он просто не человек. Да, блядь. Ёб твою мать. То есть, смотри, видишь, я сохранялся с полным запасом джетпака, а у меня он не полный, потому что я его потратил, пока сюда летел. Блять, музыка какая-то хорошая заиграла, мне что, атакует? Ага. Так, тоже сохраняемся. И нам, наверное, вот туда можно будет забрать. Братан, успокойся, не дури. Опа! Интересно, кто-нибудь планировал, что я сюда, в принципе, могу забраться? Да, походу планировали. Тут не хотят мне открывать. Открывай! Сова пришла. Да, это я сегодня нарядился. Ля, гранату, все дела. Ой, ёб твою мать. Тут же невысоко. Шо? Что это было? Сишка. Прикинь, кто-то подымить выходил. Билли где-то встретил в баре? Да. Эй! Я не понял. Вы чего? Вы охуели? Не, ну я так не играю вообще. Ну ты видишь, я столько сил ей приложил, а они предусмотрительные собаки. Просто у моего персонажа как бы кризис среднего возраста. Он на байк копит эликсир. Опа, дурачок. Проверять даже не надо, по уровню или нет, я знаю. Я знаю, что нет. О, вот там мне по уровню. Все еще. А так. Видишь, какой я молодец. На, кто мне по уровню. Я, кстати, думаю еще, знаешь, как ты, Никита, можешь выпадать из танковых новостей, мол, типа, вроде бы, что там, посмотрел новости и все. Я сейчас вообще не понимаю, что там у них происходит. Абсолютно, то есть, там вот экспрессе публикаций дохерища. Я все открываю, такой, блядь, что случилось, блядь? Что там такое? Ничего не хочу. Хочу нормальные игры играть. Меня, блядь, уже ничем не заманишь. Хотя нет, есть чем, в принципе. Отдайте мне Фьюри за серебро, и я вернусь, так уж и быть. Но чисто ради Фьюри. Так, кто тут у нас? Тут где-то этот дурачок, да? Блять, что-то как-то тут три отметки.
Shit, it's cold.
Thanks for that observation. I hadn't noticed.
Can you stop arguing? We need to keep on looking for this guy.
He's not here. I already had a look around.
Great. Just great.
Somebody told me the guy I've been looking for is here, in Zakor.
Where the fuck do you find these idiots?
He told me that there's profit in following him.
I know.
But at least there's gotta be scrap in the radio station over there. Old world tech.
There better be.
I won't leave without some scrap. That you can be sure of.
So my plan to come out here wasn't so bad after all, right?
Idiot. I'm surprised you remember to breathe.
Let's get going before an owl patrol finds us.
All right.
But first, let's eat something. I'm starving.
Так. Рецепты? Это рецепты? Нет, это не рецепты. Не. После всего, что с танками случилось, они уже не станут нормально играть. Это, кстати, тоже пираньи. Да, вот это вот. О, видишь, Elex. Это чел, который готику разрабатывал. О, энергетик. Моё. Бутылка с водой моё. Так, что ты скажешь мне? Ничего не скажешь. Опа! Смотри. Он как бы ни на что не намекает. Ля как. Это нормально же? Оп! Я и моя подружка. Пошли, братан.
Let's go to Zakor, he said. Best place to find the guy, he said.
Да, чета здесь нету. Но зато, здесь есть халявный опыт за поиск чета. А больше мне не надо. Где? Кстати, я уже такого мнения, что можно, в принципе, если играть в танки, то можно на 5 поехать, например, потому что, типа, пофиг. Уже вот настолько все. Хотя мне это тоже быстро надоест, я думаю. Но! Видишь, как ваншот, да? О, здорово. Вот так. Не, 5 однозначно лучше, не надо тут. 5 это самый топ. Вот, видишь, я уже, могу дамажить, да? Но я просто, здесь я не по уровню, а там, где я по уровню, я вроде как, поистреблял достаточно много. Вот, и там... Оба, это что было? Это энергетаз мое. Сундук. Кстати, смотри, система взлома замков. Ага, понятно. Так, теперь сюда. Теперь сюда. Теперь... Ага. Так, как там было? Подожди. Ну, сюда, сюда. Сюда. Оп!
Too easy.
Золотой слиток. Странный план.
Are you sure this is a good place for us to be?
Ты уверен, что здесь можно задерживаться? Да, можно. А ты что-то против имеешь, как бы? Ты вообще робот, блядь. Я похуй. Тебя какой-нибудь дурачок тебе... Опа. Кстати, у меня же арбалет появился. Я что-то не понял, а там их два. А я думаю, что мне так вкусно отлетело. Ну смотри, он с ними... Да ёб твою мать! А смотри, он ничего им не наносит тоже. То есть так же, как и я. Так что это тоже так себе компаньон. Мне даже робот нравился больше, потому что он стрелял хотя бы, а этот, он стреляет только когда вдалеке, но все противники сближаются, он такой типа один выстрел сделал и все. Смотрите, с какого уровня противники. Мы почти ничего не наносим. Я уверен, что если бы не куртка, он мне сейчас просто бы ваншотнул. О, кстати, чуть-чуть ловкости апнуть и все. Я могу уже пушку взять. Лук можно продать, уже бесполезно. Вот, ладно. Пошли доказательства искать. Это тоже опыт. Ё-моё. Нихуя вы разбросаны. Погнали. Кто там за спиной? Да чё же вы все не по уровню-то, ну? Это успокойся, я тебе говорю. Вот видишь? Вот он бессмысленный. Смотри. Эй! Типа, и чё? Согласись, дрон был лучше. Я его сейчас заменю на дрон. Потому что я-то думал, он будет, ну, сильно понятнее. Да блин, ну, танки теперь только чисто для души. Хотя да, какая душа в танках. Ай, ладно. Не знаю, что-то как-то... Что-то как-то, ну не знаю. А где роботы? Ты ж моя зая, я тебя не вернул на... Так, дурачок.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Of
Ты
course.
сюда. Иду отсюда, давай. Все. Что в глаза мои тебя не видно. Ну блин. Не знаю. Надо же с друзьяшками во что-то катать. Ну, кстати, вот это клевая система, что я могу, например, 5 кусков мяса захавать, и они по очереди будут меня хилить. Братан, возвращайся как бы, на родину со мной. Вот так. Лифт. О, кстати, лифт это локация, по-моему, ну, по мне. Ой, догопёс. Да что ж такое-то? Вы чё там? На Элексе все сидите, что ли, блядь, собаки? Хотя это и есть собака, в принципе. Да ты заебёшь. Не дури. Ну вот смотри, этот боевой дрон гораздо полезнее. Но я прям не знаю. Он этот стасис вешает. При этом он еще и это не переключается на какое-то оружие ближнего боя. Нам ровно назад надо. Из-за этого он норм, типа он. Ты можешь кругами водить, а он будет их отстреливать. А этот он дурачок. Что с него взять? А, это тот дурак, который спит. Просыпайся, ёбаный ты шут.
I need to ask you about Ascor's murder.
I can't tell you anything about that. Not anything that's not being said already. He should have kept his head down like me. Ambition only gets you dead. He should have picked this spot and stayed there. Why are you interested in that? Really?
Have you been trained to use that sword?
All berserkers are. You think I could survive out here if I couldn't use it?
Did you know Ascor well?
Since we were old enough to crawl, our parents were friends. We grew up like brothers.
Tell me what you do know about the murder.
Me? I only know what people are saying. But they thought Ascor had run away, but he hadn't. He'd been murdered somewhere out in the forest. I was out here at the time, on guard duty.
Did anyone see you? Is there anyone who can give you an alibi?
Hilda. She was with me all night. Her and Alva, and Dagny, and Erica, Freya, Garrett, Heggie, Magda. They're the trees over there. They're my girls. Very lonely out here. So no, I have no alibi.
Ясно. У него нет алиби.
Ascor's body was found near here. Did you see it?
No. I know where he was found. But no, I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't see him.
А, Никита еще тут?
I don't want to remember him like that. My duties keep me here most of the time. So I stay looking after my girls, the trees, making sure they stay safe.
Where do you go when you do get away?
Nearby. Not Goliad, if that's what you mean. I tend to stay out here these days.
Where nearby?
The lift into the Valley of the Damned. That's a good place to relax. There's quite the view of the valley there. It's a good place to let your worries just drift away.
Так, я тебе сегодня... У нас была сегодня потрясающая заявка. Наверное, самая потрясающая из всех. Ну, то есть мы работаем по заявкам в основном. Типа, либо что-то делаем по приказанию нашего непосредственного начальства, либо по заявке. Вот. И сегодня была просто потрясающая заявка. Какой-то дурачок или дурочка скинул 6 пакетов с говном с, получается, наверное, с 3-го этажа. И надо было это все убрать. То есть кто-то срал в пакеты, где-то их складывал, ну, судя по всему, но он же не мог 6 пакетов одновременно насрать. Где-то он их складывал, мы предполагаем, что в холодильнике, а потом он просто их сбросил.
You look quite strong for somebody who's just standing around all day.
Maybe. And I hope you find who did it.
Maybe you did it. You knew him. You don't have an alibi.
Well, why would I kill him? He was my friend.
Why should I believe you?
Because it sounds like you're doing something about this, like you want to find out who did it. You should start with people who had a problem with him, not his friends.
Your friend Ascor, what kind of man was he?
Well, he wasn't a simple guy. He was my friend. Our parents were friends. We basically grew up as brothers. But he was sort of ambitious, and that sometimes, well, made him an ass. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just forget what I said.
Ambition could give a motive, if he got in someone's way.
Well, don't look at me. I'm happy where I am. I don't give a troll's ass about promotion.
What do you know about Thorald's retreat?
Not much. It said that he is working on a plan to stop the Alps. It's something huge that would change the war in all of Magellan. You think it? It happens. The Alps are screwed. Just like that. No idea what it is, though. But nobody is really allowed to talk about it. Well, then nobody even really understands what he's doing anyway.
Where is Pilgrim Thorald?
Well, that is confidential. Meaning, if anyone actually knows, no one is actually safe. Maybe he will figure out how to rob the Alps of their magical strength at least. Then good, honest warriors could go back to sleeping in nice, comfortable beds.
Now there is a future that Magellan should be fighting for.
Вот прикинь, Никит, ты заселяешься в больнице, открываешь холодос, а из твоего холодоса странно воняет. И ты такой, подозрительно. А оказывается, какой-то дурачок занимался вот этим, да, собственно. Ну или, ну просто, ну я не знаю даже. Ой-ой. Ну я уже точно сильнее стал. Мне повезло, что эта заявка мне не досталась. То есть пацаны там, ну, они же должны были не просто убрать, а это еще отмыть. Это вообще капец, типа. Я уж не знаю, что в голове у людей, может быть они, ну, типа, не в себе.
Analyzing composition. Analyzing.
I heard he was
Analysis
robbed.
complete. Chemical structure of this plant.
Hey, you don't have to believe everything they say.
Please contact a technician.
Yeah, you just can't find those these days.
do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
Так, сейчас, секунду. Надо окно закрыть, а то меня комары и так собирали уже. Туда уж больше, и сейчас еще долетят. Ну их нахрен, это просто капец.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
Ага.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it. And from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him, people talked about him, but I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
Я ему не верю.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword, and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
It's his own fault.
I have to go.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out Goliath? They don't seem to register it. The World Heart mustn't be their mission. Or they don't know about it. He'd kill me fast enough, though. That is, if the animals didn't get me first. Or I don't eat the wrong thing and get poisoned. Still, all in a day's work.
So, you're happy out here?
Happy? I don't know. I'm not dead. But if you're offering to help, there is one thing. I've not had any supplies from Goliath. Can you get them to send someone with my food supplies?
Ого, нихуя себе.
Why plant the world's heart out here where it's in danger?
Understand much about our ways, do you?
So tell me.
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the Elex from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life. Lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan is restored. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make a difference. This, all this around us, is because of the world heart.
So where do the world hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first berserkers. They realized what it could do, that it fed on Elex rather than dying from it, so they started cultivating them.
Понятно.
Where do you get your supplies from?
Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes we'll get something from passing hunters, but you can't rely on that.
Why have the deliveries come to a halt?
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all the warriors on defense and cut down on the supply runs. We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here, but with more Alb attacks and more creatures, We don't have time to grow, forage, or hunt anymore.
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball-shriveling fierce. But gets things done. I'm not asking for anything special. Just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything, to be honest. We're hungry out here.
I'll see what I can do.
Please, just don't forget. I can't farm, fight, and bring in supplies. Listen, Goliath aside, there's a plant. The cultivator's loaf. If we could collect some of that, it would help us. It grows everywhere, but we've just not had time to collect them. 4 dozen should be enough.
4 dozen?
Yes. Hopefully that would last us until we get another supply run. Say, let's round it up. Can you bring me 50? It would save you a trip to Goliath.
I brought supplies.
You have? Oh, I'm salivating already.
I brought you some bread.
You got your hands on fresh bread? Whoa. Now that doesn't look too fresh.
It's all Cinda had. I can take it back.
No. I'll take it. Thank you. They don't normally send bread. What did you pay for it?
Cinda gave it to me.
Wow. You must have sweet-talked her. I normally get hard biscuits.
She said I could take it.
Well, about time we got a break. That should see our stomachs full. Thank you. Here. That should pay for it, right?
Да. Я вообще этот хлеб на помойке нашел, чтобы ты
Thank you
понимал.
again. You've done us a real favor. Everyone here will appreciate it.
Я как бы, ну...
Well, if she had asked me, that wouldn't have...
Я его подобрал, и мне дали опыт. И я такой, он мне, наверное, пригодится где-то по квесту. Но я не думал, что я им там а то накармлю, типа, это что-то прикольное, забавное. При этом он меня поблагодарил, и там можно было еще попросить денег вдвое больше за это. Да не за что, братан, я бы и денег не взял, если сейчас мне опыта было достаточно. Ага, дурачок, я тебя вижу. Вот так. Уже начинаем как бы это, убивать. Уже начинаем убивать. О, хилка. А я его до этого не замечал. Опа, охотник. Да ну, охотник вряд ли убил.
Teach me something.
Sure.
Сопротивляемость, броня. Блять, мне ни на что не хватает.
A berserker was killed. The body was found in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
Угу.
The berserker who was murdered was called Asgore. Did you know him?
Asgore? That asshole. Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit.
When were you last in the forest by Goliath?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
You didn't like Ascor.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Ascor. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
Так, а его готов. Опа, халявные стрелы. Это стрела.
You are a good man. Thanks again.
Ну ладно. Его этот дурачок тоже, наверное, ничего не знает. А где эти? Ё-моё, что-то далеко.
Probability of an ambush. Recommend requesting reinforcements.
Да, даже крепление, ага. Да. Ты мое подкрепление, дурачок. Я не хочу проверять, убил мы или нет. Ух ты, ё-моё. Нихуя себе вас тут. А вы не охуели? Да ну в пизду, блядь. Нахрен я их всех не убью. Ой-ой. Ой-ой, не дури. Дрон, братик, догоняй меня. Нахер. Опа. Опа. Еще одно сердце. Здорово.
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Scanning. Unable to locate any shit. Please restate your intentions.
Your robot friend might not get it. But you understand me, right?
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in Edan from here, if that's what you mean.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful islands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious, or was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. A large plan should give you a clue. We spent a lot of blood protecting this world heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us, but instead they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this missing cultivator.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites. Keep your eyes peeled. Things get dangerous quickly here.
Окей. Сразу. Хорошо. Ни хрена себе. Не-не-не. Я понял, это ваша сычевальня. Хорошо. Не буду отвлекать. Рок чуть дальше. Окей. Что, братан? Давай, опа! Да не стой. Не, ну этот робот гораздо полезнее, мне кажется. Хотя должен быть тот, потому что я на того больше усилий потратил. Отстаньте от меня, ё-моё. Да выпей. Да пей ты. Опа, дурачок. Привет.
Commander Jax, I was wondering if I would see you again. You stopped taking Elex. You look different.
Have we met before?
Not personally, but every alb knows of your achievements. Everyone heard of your crash. We were told you had been executed, but recently I heard rumors of someone who sounded like you. I began to suspect you were still alive.
Why aren't you with your unit?
It seems like we have shared similar fates. I've been cut loose from Zekor. I can't go back. I have to find a new way to fulfill my destiny.
Are you with the Separatists?
Those idiots don't even know what they want. They are weak, overcome by emotion. They've abandoned the hybrid because of primitive fear, and with no idea what they will do instead. Weak, stupid, emotional. Well, I have had to leave Zekor. I believe in the hybrid. It is through his insight that we will survive. His powers will bring order to Zekor.
So why aren't you still a loyal soldier of Zekor?
So why aren't you still a loyal commander of Zekor?
I still don't know the full story. Not all of it. But I failed a mission for the hybrid, and there were Albs there, ready to stage an execution. I was fortunate. I fell from a cliff and they presumed I was dead. I've been trying to recover my strength and get answers since then.
Then your executioner also failed. They will have to execute him when they discover that.
There. That's my story. So now it's your turn. So tell me why you left Zekor.
I believe there are ways to make Albs stronger. That there are ways we can share minds to strengthen them.
The collective mind is part of the hybrid's strength.
Yes, but I did my own research into shared minds. I experienced what it is to be an Alb, a true Alb. But my efforts weren't appreciated. They rejected me. They drove me from Zekor. Now, I must live in exile.
They wouldn't exile you for research. Are you serious?
Yes. Look, you're in exile, I'm in exile. Here we stand, the two of us, both superior to the Albs that serve the hybrid. You and I, we should be the ones to decide our fate. And theirs.
So what is your plan now?
The only thing that matters right now is taking the heads of the Albs who are hunting me. Once I have them, then I can think of the future. I want them dead. And I want their heads.
Cut their heads off? That should scare others off from pursuing you.
You can't scare Albs. No. If I get their heads, I can read their minds to learn how they plan to capture me. And I'm sure I can get you some useful tactical information when I do. Help me, and I will share my knowledge with you, provided you help me achieve my plan.
You really think you can read their minds?
If you bring me their heads, yes. Find my pursuers and bring me their minds.
There's no way this can work.
You sound like the Albs in Zakor. Are you still under the hybrid's control, or can you think freely now? The two of us are in the same position. We should work together.
You fight for my cause, and I will bring you the heads of your pursuers.
Good. Then soon I can fill myself with their minds. And we will know their plans. You should tell me where to meet if we become separated.
I have a camp in some ruins west of Goliad.
Very well. I'll find it.
Tell me about the Albs that are hunting you.
They've sent 3 commanders to find me. I'd be flattered if they weren't all imbeciles. The first is Bartox. He is searching the southern reaches of Zakor, which only goes to prove he's an idiot. The second is Pollux. He trailed me through western Abessa, but I managed to throw him off. The third is Tiraz. I last saw him on the border to Ignadon. I'll send their locations to your adjutor. And I just need their heads. You can leave the rest of them to rot.
Unit available.
Over there!
Ох, прям. Ну, вообще сюда. Мне вот что интересно. Мои щиты мне тоже все еще недоступны. Да, столько сил хватает. Данность актера, нихуя себе. Я не помню, у меня часть это есть самый. По-моему, да. Ну, у меня такие же. Нихуя себе. На одну броню больше. Нормально, нормально. И нахрен.
Hey you, what's new from the south?
You mean Idan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with Idan. I'm going to Tavar.
The Berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the Outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah. He was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the berserkers.
Do you have proof of where you were 3 months ago?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone. Sometimes finding supplies alone. Sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say. About the World Heart.
Yeah?
Блять, ну не хватает.
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
Why are you interested in Tavar?
I'm sick of the shit here. Berserkers, clerics, fuck them all. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in. Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
You wouldn't survive the journey to Tavar.
You're right. I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
Больше всего я подозреваю, естественно, этого дурачка, который сердце охраняет. Что?
About Ascor's murder. I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend. And Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Baron just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Ascor are both eligible to be paladins?
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Ascor, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside Edan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Ascor the best.
Then it must be him. The others all have alibis, and Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
What do you think we'll find there?
Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we should check this clue out. At least so we can tell Ragnar that we did.
You're serious? You really think Baron did it?
What other leads do we have? Look, let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
All right. I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around. Bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
Two experienced warriors like us? I feel like there is nothing we cannot do.
Initiating area scan.
Где-то здесь я видел его судьбу.
Curiosity can get you killed. Don't do that again. More seconds to get out.
И нахрен.
Don't steal anything here.
Я теперь на минут. Этот дом мы тоже отнесем сейчас. Потому что он будет. Вот так. Too easy. Попкорн. А теперь валим отсюда. Так, ну наша какая-то записка. Записка. Ничего не понятно, но очень интересно.
He's a key.
Ага, здесь нужно ключ.
Please, put that device away.
Спрятанный ящик. Куда надо?
Hey, you.
What do you want?
I'm looking for a guy who was supposedly seen in the area recently. His name is Ray. Whiny little shitbag.
Reckons he's an outlaw. Do you know him?
I know Ray. Why are you looking for him?
Who isn't? Everyone is looking for Ray. There's a whole crate of shards on his head. If you see Ray anywhere, then you let me know, okay?
See you later.
What an ass. He should have known that. You just talk too much. I can't imagine that. Well, I can.
Опа.
Danger levels acceptable.
О! Допустим уровень опасности. Кстати, можно спуститься вниз. Это ебучую яму. Все равно ты отпечатаешь. Такой, опа.
Initiating system optimization. Recommend environmental analysis.
Put that weapon.
Да бля. Я думаю, его так и собьет чуть-чуть. Ну ладно, пошли эти фрагменты завалим. Они уже точно не завалены. Ладно. Это мне даже не интересно. Так, сохраняемся.
That one's mine.
Да ё-моё! Ни хрена вы сильные! Да зачем ты? Ну, ё-моё! Ну, не дури. А где мой боевой дрон? Ё-моё. Да ёб твою мать, блядь. Да ты серьезно? Успокойся. Вот сколько от меня. Нахрен. Иди сюда. Нахрен вообще. Ни хрена себе ты. Ну ты собака. Ну конечно. Тут и живучая тварь, конечно, вообще конец. Да ё-моё. Нахрен. Да иди нахрен, я тебе сказал. Бля, братан, просыпайся, пожалуйста. Что пиздец? Да отстань от меня. Ты же собака. Да вообще неубиваемо. Вы посмотрите. Неужели, блядь? Отлички. Сколько было?
Initiating system optimization. Recommend environmental analysis.
Разбойник. Разбойник. А, и вот еще один. Отлично. Подводная крыса. Ну ладно. Ну чего, ты могу напасть, не давай. Ну ты все, дружок. А ты как думаешь?
I found something hidden in Baron's hiding place.
What'd you find?
Here. Do you think this could belong to Baron?
No, that was Ascor's. And now we find it at a place Baron confesses coming to regularly? Huh, I'd say we have some evidence.
After what you did for me, I will trust you to decide what to do with the casket.
I'll take it to Ragnar, and you can consider this case done. You needn't worry about it anymore.
Is that everything you have to say?
The destruction of a seedling is a matter for a warlord. Your involvement is over.
Uh-huh. So what happens now?
I take this to Ragnar. He'll deal with it from here.
You want to know what I think about the murder?
Very well. What do you think?
Well, I don't think any of the people on the list did it. There's just not the proof. There's only one person associated with Ascor we've not investigated. You.
Me?
You were a rival to Ascor. You carry a sword. Then you find out Baron goes to where the seedling was found and suddenly think he's a prime suspect.
You can't think I did it.
I do. It's simple. You murdered Ascor.
What are you talking about? You can't seriously think it was me.
Tell me your alibi.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You spend your time outside Goliad. And you've spent all your time trying to persuade me not to investigate this. Then tell me. Tell me, or you'll have to tell Ragnar.
Ragnar will see me dead. I'm an outsider, and Ascor was born a berserker. He was known, and he was one of Ragnar's favorites.
So you did kill him?
Kill him? Yes. Murder him? No. I found Askor by the lift one day. He'd managed to kill the seedling he'd been given. He knew that would stop him becoming a paladin. He attacked me.
So why hide that? And why frame Baron?
Baron's been blackmailing me. He found me with Askor's body. He knows I'm an outsider. Who would they believe? Who do you believe? I gave you a chance. Won't you do that for me?
I can see why you did it. I'll keep your secret.
Thank you. You don't know what a weight this has been. I owe the Berserkers. Now I owe them more. I didn't want him dead, but he flipped on me. I don't think it helped that it was me. He couldn't stand the idea that he'd be facing exile while I continued on as a warrior.
What is in the casket?
Property that belongs to the Berserkers. You now know who the murderer is. That's what you needed to discover.
Ragnar wants answers. This won't be over until he's happy he has them. Time for you to step aside and let me finish this.
What do you mean?
I solve the murder, I will get the reward.
Wait a moment.
I could tell Ragnar that murderer wasn't a berserker.
You could also tell him it was me.
You'll have to take that risk.
You don't believe I can let you go to Ragnar after that?
Then draw your weapon or trust me.
Then do it. But quickly. The sooner we have it behind us, the better.
Мне нужно поверно. Так, спокойно. Или сюда. Так, а где? А он там?
That isn't enough.
Что страшно. Нормально заходит.
Who's prowling around out there?
Я посплю что-то. Не бухтит.
What are you doing here?
Я не спал.
Teach me something.
Of course.
Харизма. Мне стали давать меньше очков. Нет. Мне нужно хитрость отнуть. Хитрость.
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
Ладно.
ordered the warrior Duras to investigate Ascor's murder?
Yes. Ascor was a trusted and well-liked member of our people. So it was only right that his murder should be investigated by Duras. Justice will be done. Ascor's murderer must face the punishment they deserve.
I have some information about Ascor's murder.
Anything you know would be helpful. What have you learned?
The murderer isn't anyone from Goliath.
How do you know this?
None of the suspects had a clear motive or opportunity. It makes sense that it was an outsider. There is a war on, after all.
So why was Ascor killed?
For the seedling. My guess, it was a simple robbery. Ascor refused to hand over the seedling and was killed for it.
So Ascor died honorably, defending the seedling? I had started to hear grumblings about Ascor, but defending a seedling to the death, that is the man I knew. You stand for the law, and you see good men die for it. So we have an answer. There would never be a good result to this tragedy. But knowing that this foul murder was not committed by one of our brothers is as much as I could hope for. I will consider this matter closed. My thanks to you and to Duras for bringing me this closure. You did well to bring this information to me. Here, take this reward as thanks for ending this matter. I am surprised you solved this before Duras.
About my support.
All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
A brave choice.
Is that everything you have to say?
From a lost sheep to a wolf.
When fate brings us together, we will see. I could use your help.
You lead, I'll follow. Opportunities are there to be seized.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
Two experienced warriors like us? I feel like there is nothing we cannot do.
Нормально. Дурус вас боготворит, отлично. Так, пишите. Сравним. Только оружие. Вот, когда-то он надо 10%. Да.
The law forbids such technology.
Ладно, на этом можно закончить. Всем спасибо за просмотр.